You know that feeling, right? Every single angler does. You're out there on the water, you're staring at that surface, and you just can't help but ask yourself,
Like, what is actually down there? Is there any structure? Are there even any fish around? For so long, fishing has been this game of, just pure guesswork and intuition. But what if? What if you could just pull back that curtain and see everything with your own two eyes?
Well, that's where this amazing piece of tech comes in, the underwater fishing camera. Seriously, just think about it. It's like having your own personal window into that secret world right under your boat. It gives you eyes exactly where you need them most. And let me tell you, for a lot of us, this is an absolute game changer.
So you might be asking, how exactly does it change the game? Well, it basically takes fishing from this thing based on luck and chance and turns it into a real strategic hunt. You're not just hoping anymore, you're using real info. It gives you a huge, huge advantage.
I mean, just look at this list. Every single one of these points solves a classic fishing headache, right? You can finally see if your bait looks good down there. You can actually watch how fish react to your lure in real time. Maybe you find out that the walleye only bite after a 3-second pause. That's incredible intel. You can scout out those hidden weed beds and rock piles. You can finally confirm that that big blob on your sonar really is a fish. And hey, you can even record it all to shut down anyone who says you're telling fish stories.
Okay, so at this point, you're probably thinking, I need one of these. But hold on, which one is right for you? There are a bunch of different options out there, and picking the right one is super important. So let's break them all down.
So you've basically got 3 main flavors here. First, the castable ones. You just tie it on and cast it out like a lure. Super cool for anyone fishing from the shore. Then you've got the wired systems. These are the workhorses for ice fishing or fishing from a boat. They give you that rock-solid video feed, even in deep water. And then there are the underwater drones, or ROVs. These are nuts. You can literally fly them around underwater to get the perfect view.
And of course, each type has its pros and cons. It's all about trade-offs. Wireless? Oh yeah, it's crazy convenient, no cables to mess with, but you're giving up some range and battery life. The wired option gives you that super stable live video for deep spots, but yeah, you gotta manage the cable. And then there's infrared or IR. Think of this as your stealth mode for dark or murky water. It doesn't spook the fish at all, though the picture might not be quite as sharp. Okay, let's talk about something really, really important. Video quality. You definitely want to be looking for something that's at least HD. Trust me on this. When you're trying to figure out if that shape down there is a monster fish or just an old log, every single pixel matters. High res just means you can see things clearly. It's that simple.
All right, you're going to see this combination of letters and numbers on any good camera. IP68. I know it looks super technical, but stick with me, because this is one of the most important things to look for.
So what does it mean? In a nutshell, IP68 means the camera is totally dustproof and can be underwater, like all the time, without any issues. This isn't just splash-proof we're talking about. This is gear that's built to live down there, season after season.
Okay, another number you'll probably see, especially on the wired cameras, is something like 5,000 milliamp hours. And all that is the battery size.
But what does that actually mean for you on the water? Well, a 5,000 milliamp hour battery means you've got power for up to 9 hours straight. That's a full day of fishing from sunup to sundown without ever having to worry about your screen dying on you.
All right, let's put all these pieces together now. Because here's the thing. The best camera isn't about having the fanciest specs. It's about finding the one that perfectly matches how you like to fish. So let's run through a few examples. So, if you're out on the hard water, ice fishing, you need a system that's built tough for the cold and the dark, right? A wired system is your best friend here. You'll want one with a cable that won't get brittle in the freezing cold, a super bright screen to cut through the glare off the ice, and for sure, you need that IR light to see what's going on down in the dark.
Now, what if you're a kayak angler or you fish from the bank? It's all about being mobile and not lugging a ton of gear around. For you guys, a portable wireless or a castable camera is absolutely the way to go. It streams the video right to your phone. No heavy monitor, no fuss, you just cast it out and see what's there.
And for all you boat fishermen out there, especially if you're hitting deeper lakes, a good, solid wired system is what you need. And the biggest thing to look for? Cable length. You're going to want at least 30 meters. That's about 100 feet. So you can really get down there and check out those deep ledges and structures where the monster fish love to hang out.
Okay, so now you know what kind of camera to look for.
but let's talk about how to actually use it to get the best results. I want to share a few pro tips, and we're going to start with the question that I know is on everyone's mind.
And here it is. Do these things scare the fish? It's the question everyone asks. And the honest answer is, sometimes, maybe. Look, in super clear, skinny water, yeah, a big dark thing dropping in can spook a fish. But honestly, in most situations, they're either curious about it or they don't care at all. And the good news is, you can do a lot to minimize the risk. And here's how you do it. First, don't just kerplunk the camera into the water. Lower it in nice and slow. Second, use those invisible IR lights we talked about, not bright white ones. Third, try to place the camera a bit to the side of your bait, not directly above it. And maybe the most important tip, just be patient. Let the fish get used to it being there. Give them a minute.
And hey, you want this thing to last, right? It's an investment, so a little bit of care goes a long, long way. If you're in saltwater, always rinse it with fresh water when you're done, always. Then make sure everything is completely dry before you put it away. Wipe the lens with a soft cloth, and just give the cables and seals a quick look before every trip. Simple stuff.
You know, when you really think about it, that's the whole point. An underwater camera is so much more than just another gadget in your tackle box. It's a tool that helps you understand. It's a way for you to connect with that underwater world in a way we just couldn't before.
So, I guess the only question left is, are you ready to trade guesswork for certainty? It's time to turn every single fishing trip into a real adventure of discovery. To find out more and to get one for yourself, definitely check out our website, Ferris Solution.